Gotta be kind of quiet. all the kids and everybody in there are sleeping. Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Crossroads Garage. I found a new energy drink. It's the most American thing I could find. And it's pretty good. There you go, there's the front of it. It's got a cool texture to the can. Kind of tastes like those old No Fear energy drinks that they used to make back in, they still might, but I haven't seen them for years. Back in the early mid-2000s. The little skull with wings and whatnot. It's pretty good. I have a surprise for you all, because last weekend was unpleasant. I'm sure that video is going to do great. Take a guess what we're doing today. That's right. We're going to get back on the engine. Try to get as much of it assembled as we can today. And then tomorrow I have a trip I got to take in the morning, early afternoon. And then we'll come back and I may be showing you something new. So we'll find out. Let's get going. I'm going to finish this really quick because I ran out of coffee. Get off my motorcycle. Tired of these yellow jackets out here. I had to change into a work shirt for this because I'm going to get messy and I don't want to destroy my sleeve shirts. That's why I'm always in cutoffs or tank tops of some sort. They're my garage shirt because my sleeve shirts are for my job. Anyways, yeah, I'm ready. I've cleaned out this deal here for the lifters. It's as spotless as I can get it. I've gone through it about 4 times with weight clean and a blue rag. There's not a speck of dust left anywhere that I can see. So we should be all good there. And, yeah. Let's open this bad boy up again and see what we're dealing with. I'm going to go this way so that you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see it a little better now. I might have to back it up even a spot more. But it's good enough to get this off of here. Cross your fingers and toes and eyes and everything you got that we don't have any rust in here. Well, so far we're looking pretty decent. That edge is just starting to, oh here, why don't you come with me? Let's do that. So we're looking pretty good. I don't see much of anything. This edge right here, just a drop of discoloration there, but it's pretty well just wiping right out. So let's turn it over. See if I can do this with one hand. I need to grease that. Oh man, look at all that beautiful fresh oil all over there. We are still looking good. Can you see in there? Gotta help me look. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any rust. I'll flip it back over. We gotta use a different pan because I'm pretty sure I've already told you once, but the rear sump mount that I got is wrong. Or the front sump, excuse me. This is a rear sump power, so that will save us a bunch of messing around trying to get that sorted out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this flashlight and look in through here, if I can. Oh, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to have to find a pole and some paper towels and some oil We're going to run it through here and make sure it's dead clean in there. So the way I have, I guess, taught myself how to clean out these cam bearings on motors is you make something like this, looks like a medieval torch, you duct tape the end of it, and you soak it down pretty good with some oil. And then what we're going to do, just very gently run it through all of these bearings. Make sure you make a couple of passes back and forth. Be really, really careful, especially if you're going to use a metal pole. I would prefer wood, but this is all I've got. And just gonna run it around. Make sure you hit every side of those bearings. All you're trying to do is collect anything like here, just some little flecks of dust and whatnot that's collected on there. You don't want anything on these bearings. You want it to be absolutely perfect, otherwise you're in for a world of pain. I kind of wish I hadn't put that back plug in so I could reach in there and get on it better. Perfect. That is, I mean, the only thing that's on there is like one or two microscopic fuzzes from this blue towel, and that's not enough that it's going to hurt anything. I think I've only pulled this thing out one time to look at it. It is beautiful. I mean, I would hope so, right? Brand new camshaft. Okay, there's the pin for it. Alright, gonna try to massage it out of this. Sorry if you can't see me, I'm doing my best. It's like a Chinese finger trap. Alright, look at this camshaft. Look how extreme these lobes are. Look at that. That is gonna be some serious chop. Are you ready? This is my first camshaft ever, so I think what I'm actually going to do is just do it with my bare hands. I always wanted to do it like that. It's kind of like packing your bearings for the first time. You don't want to put gloves on and do all the rest, at least I don't. I want to have the full raw experience. I'm going to clean the heck out of my hands. Tub of towels, a little bit of brake clean. Not supposed to do that. Don't do this at home. I've done it my entire life. If it's going to kill me, it's going to do it now. So I'm not super worried. Not now. It would have done it already. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just doing the brake clean to get any of the solvents and cleaners and whatnot off of my hands from the tub of towels, so that my hands are as grease free and perfectly clean as they can possibly be. Alright, you guys are going to have to stay over there for this because I can't bring the camera over here, get all messy, then take it back over there. So just watch from where you are. Just about grab this and start to put it in backwards. Alright. This is my first time, so don't laugh, alright? There we go. Oh man, I've got the shakes. I did not think this through. I realized I should have soaked the lifters beforehand, but I did not. So we will just cover this thing back up really tight. Easy, easy, easy. Alright. Easier, a bit faster, a bit slower. What you hung up on? There it is. How about you just chill out right there for a second so I can get a bolt in this. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty good. Easy. Easy. Careful, careful. Oh. Come on now. Oh. Woo! Dang. Oh. That's stressful. I know for those of you that have probably done this a million times, it's a piece of cake, but I spent quite a lot of money on this cam set, and I cannot replace it very easily at this point in time. So, stressful. Let's give it a roll or two. Oh, like butter. I think that's gonna work just fine. Make sure these lifter boards are nice and clean and lubed. Normally, I would do it with some sort of a sponge or a soaked towel, but my hands are so sanitary at this point, I'm not super concerned about it. Should be just fine. I'm just going to creep a couple of these down so that we can get some more oil in here. You do not want them scraping. What I'm doing by flinging my fingers all the way around is I'm flicking oil all the way to the top side of the piston so that hopefully it will leak down onto the rings. Actually, you know, I'm being kind of dumb. I'm gonna make a giant mess. That's alright, I got floor dry. There we go. Just do this. Pour some in there. That way, it'll sit and drain right down. You do not want dry rings in here. Not at all. Alright, we're just going to give it a drop. There we go. I'm sure we're good now. You know, the more I think about it, the more I realize this thing is very close. All I gotta do is get those heads assembled, lifters dropped in, the pickup and the oil pan on it, and intake, headers, carb, all that sort of basic stuff. And we'll be rocking and rolling in no time. Alright, well I think we've officially made enough of a mess that we can clean this up a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to clean it. I'm going to leave it exactly the way that it is. Toss another trash bag on it. And boy howdy. Tomorrow we'll drop in the lifters and start assembling the heads, I think. Are you guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. Oh, not in the dirt. If you know what, just not in the dirt, if you don't mind. Okay. I'm gonna kill this for a minute. We don't have any chance of blowing these lifters in. Kind of the same story as yesterday. I'm not going to be able to do this and bring the camera right up. You know what? I can get it a little bit closer though. Okay, I think you can see pretty good from there. I'm gonna scoot the engine up a little bit closer. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I'm actually being halfway smart this time. And doing this over my oil pan. Probably should have checked that nothing got in here, but nothing got in here. We're good. The nice thing about this is I can just pour all this oil right back into that jug and save it for my next oil change. Come on. Oh yeah. That's nice. Perfect. Okay. That's as far as I'm going on this right now. I've decided that we'll wait on the front cover for the moment because it's not very exciting and because honestly I want to see shiny new parts. So we're gonna move some stuff around a little bit and look at all the nice new parts we've got. We'll do a little unboxing here and I'll show you everything that I've got. These, okay, these, if I'm remembering correctly, are all of my intake manifold stud. Very nice, very cool. Nicely packaged. Those look great. Hopefully we'll be putting that on here in the next couple weeks. I'm gonna try to keep myself motivated to continue doing something every night on this until it's done. I really would like to get this thing done sooner than later. Ooh, these are my rocker studs. Right on, I needed those. Check these out. Intense. Yep, those are my screw-in rocker studs for these heads. Yep, screw them in right in the top here. Perfect. Aha, yes. So, these, again, gorgeous. these are all my head studs. Very, very nice. Totally impressed. They're not ARP, but they're Speedmaster, and honestly, they're made in the same factory as, at least from what I've been told by people that would know. These are all of the locks for the top end of the valve train here. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I know how they go together. I do not, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Nothing super fancy to look at there. Okay. These are all of my really nice retainers from Herbert Cams, and you can tell just from feeling these, they're heavy duty, they're the real deal. I love Herbert Cams because they literally use California newspaper to package their parts. I just find it extremely nostalgic and awesome. I love it. It is so old school, so cool. I think I'm probably gonna order everything through Herbert Cams exclusively. I love it. Oh yes. Moly Assembly Lube Paste. Dang it. Why did I not? I just put that cam in with this garbage. I'm sure it's fine, but man, I knew I had some. This is really, really nice Moly stuff, specifically for that cam. Doggone it, now I want to take it out and redo it. Oh shoot. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe I'll just do that behind the scenes. That'd make me feel better. What do we have in here? Nothing, just newspaper, huh? No, I'm kidding. Ooh. Hardened lock seat. 11/32, 7 degree. Look at these. Green locks. That is incredible. Oh, I'm getting excited. Alright, and more California newspaper. I mean, come on, dude. That is just too stinking awesome. The other thing is too, I actually really ought to pull it back out and reassembly lube it with this, because camshaft places are very particular on warranty stuff. If I have video evidence that I installed it with their product, then, and something happens to it, you know, then they'll, here we go. Brand new valve seals. Very, very nice. No newspaper in that one. Now we're getting to the goodies. First off, I get Chloe's Performance Products timing set. Now I wanted a timing gear set, you know, drive set to go with this, but they didn't offer it in their package deal. So I just went with this because it came with the whole kit. Woo! Look at that. Ow. These are sharp. That is a nice piece right there. Very, very nice piece. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Oh man, they have advanced options. Sweet. I got 3 positions there, just like the old days. Can you see that? Hopefully. That is sharp too. A true double roller, not the stuff that Comp offers anymore. That's that high energy stuff. Look at that double chain. For some reason, I love this. This is so old school performance, 60s, 70s style stuff. I just absolutely love it. You can see how sharp these gears are just from minor moving around. It's bit right into the cardboard. These, I believe, are intake valve, or which would these be? Yeah, I think these are intakes. I don't remember off the top of my head what size these are. Doesn't say. These are the intakes. Again, very, very, very nice. Stainless steel. Three, 6. Now here is the best part. I'm scared to even touch these. I don't think I've opened these. No, I have not. 1/6 roller rockers, stainless steel, roller bearings, obviously. Their own special little locks. These are extremely nice. So I will tell you, every part that I bought for this motor came directly from a old school 60s and 70s drag racer, and somebody that still drag races to this day with small block Fords. And I picked out the parts that I wanted, and I said, hey, this is what I'm building, these are the parts that I want. And he goes, no, don't buy that junk, those are garbage, it'll wreck your motor, you'll blow it up. Trust me, I will hook you up with the strongest, best products that we offer. So that's what I went with. What are these? I missed one. Oh no, I didn't. These were my main studs for the bottom end. That's just a box of other miscellaneous parts. Cleaned these twice yesterday, but I'm gonna do it again. I don't know how I keep getting dirt out of there. It's incredible to me. I picked up some nice Permatex valve grinding compound. Smells great. Harmful if swallowed. Should we taste it? It's kind of sweet. Okay, it contains water, silicone carbide. Wash face, hands, any exposed skin thoroughly after handling. Do not eat, drink, or smoke when using this product. If swallowed, call a poison control center or doctor, physician if you feel unwell. Rinse mouth. Yeah, we'll be fine. So we're going to start on the exhaust. I think my hands are pretty clean still. Okay. I know I have a valve lapping tool around here somewhere. Since I can't find my valve lapper, I was going to use my drill. I've seen people do that before, but these are aluminum heads and stainless steel valves. So I'm a little bit apprehensive, I guess, on doing that. So what we're gonna do instead is use some fuel line and a hose clamp so that I can maintain pressure and pull on it instead of push on it. And that ought to work pretty good. Now, it'll typically take a couple minutes to do this. It's been a very, very long time since I've done this. Probably 17 years, 16, 17 years. All right. That's enough to push this out and check it. I'll wipe all the goop off of it. Some of you guys are yelling at me in the comments. Well, actually, you're not, because nobody watches. I'm kidding. Earlier I said this backwards, which to those of you that know anything about a motor know that. I called the intake here the exhaust and vice versa. Obviously, this is the intake, that is the exhaust. The exhaust is always going to be your bigger one. I think we're nearly there. Notice how that grinding tone lightened up? I think that means that we're there, or at least awfully close. Come on. Let's take another peek here. See how close we are. It's looking pretty good to me, I think. Yeah. See that nice, even ring right there? As long as it matches in here. Looks awfully good to me. Good enough for the girls we date. At least that I date. I don't know about you. I'm married, so I'm not allowed to date anymore. At least that's what my wife tells me. Yep. So there you go. Got this nice even ring all the way through, and it matches on the head. So I'm gonna blast through and do the rest of these here on the exhaust side, and then we'll do the intakes and get one head complete tonight, hopefully. An important note that I forgot until I got to the third exhaust valve. Number your valves and then Sharpie it on the head or however else you want to do it so you don't lose track of which valve goes to which port, because that would be a really unpleasant day for everybody. Well, mainly just for you, but all your friends and family and everybody that's been watching you build a motor for 2 years and spending thousands of dollars on it. I mean, of course, they'll probably just laugh at you, but even still, it's a pretty bad look if all of your valves won't seal and it's just smoking like mad. It's a bad day. That means you have to redo half of an engine rebuild, basically. Start all over and waste a whole bunch more money in gaskets and all the rest. I gotta tighten this thing up. It just keeps coming loose somehow, no matter how hard I crank it on here. We've got a whole set of valves down here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a second to totally and completely brake clean out this head, hopefully without taking my numbers off here. And then we will start assembling the top of this head. I think that's the plan. Well, after a very long delay and much dismay, initially, I could not for the life of me figure out or find anybody that could tell me what to torque these doggone studs to. And to be perfectly honest with you, I had absolutely no idea how to install these locks. I was just gonna figure it out as I went. Now I think I know what I'm doing, sort of. We're gonna do a dry run and see how this works out. So, all right, we're just gonna peel these off like a Christmas toy when you were a kid. There we go, peeled off. I'll bring you in closer and show you in just a minute. Actually, I need 2 of these. Okay, so they're very, very funkily shaped. Yes, funkily is a word to me. So, you lock them together like so. These are what your bolts go through, and these are what aligns your push rods. So, oh man, it's almost like it's made for it. And I found my thread locker, so that's handy. For anybody else doing this, since there is absolutely no information on this basically at all, there's one video that I found. Even online, I was finding anywhere between 25 to 45, 60, 80 pounds, 23, 19, 85, you get the idea. Ridiculous. Could not find a clear answer. This guy on YouTube had an AFR set with ARPs, which, yes, this is a slightly cheaper version. They're from Speedmaster back early mid-2000s, but that's back when the casting was still exceptionally better than it is now, or the quality of the aluminum. So these actually were advertised and sold through ProComp as a ProComp head. These are Speedmasters, but they're AFRs, basically, is what I'm getting at. So, I might as well just throw this whole thing together here. Get some of the parts off the bench now that I know what I'm doing, for once. Oh, come on, let me have it. Good grief. Psh, apparently one end was child-proofed. That is really cool. I did not even know what these were for. Or, well, I knew what they were for. I didn't know where they went or how to put them together. I'm gonna finish setting these up and then, ooh, I gotta find my springs. That's what I'm missing, actually. That's my intake. I swear I got all the boxes out of there. These are my valves. What are these? I think these are my head bolts. Yeah, these are my head bolts. All right, so I'm gonna do some messing around, get this finished set up, and then I'm gonna try to find my springs because I actually have no idea where those are. Yeah, I'll be right back. Foiled again. Let me show you what we got going on now. So we got into here. I found my valve springs. They're over here. Very cool beehive deal. Extremely stiff, like you want them with a high lift cam, so that's all good. Now, what does suck, and I finally figured out what this thing does. I had no idea. What sucks is, it's gonna wreck it unless I'm really careful. There we go. All right. These are supposed to pound down onto here with this guy, right? Except for the fact that they don't fit. Of course not, right? So I'm stuck now until I get some new valve seals. Holds up the whole dang works. So I'm gonna clean all of this up and I'm going to pull the cam back out and the lifters and reinstall it with this Molly stuff. And I guess I'll show you the reinstall, but I won't. You get the idea. I'll show you the reinstall so I've got it on video like I want. And then I'm gonna go inside and eat some dinner and go to bed for tonight. Sounds good. Let's get going. Okay, Herbert, in case we ever have to meet in unpleasant terms, which I don't anticipate for a minute, I really don't. I've been thoroughly impressed with all of their stuff. There is no 105 left in this engine, and there is none left on the cam. Starting over. What I'm going to do this time is take this, and I'm just going to goop as much as I can get to while it is on the bench here. And then I will pick it up and we will go from the other direction and get everything that I can't cover this way. Nothing like messy redo work. But I mean, you don't want to chance it, you know. This is pretty much the best stuff that you can buy that I'm aware of. All right. I try very hard not to drop this. Okay, get my handy dandy camshaft installer tool. All right, Herbert, are we good? It's gooped. It's like Elmer's glue and mud. Gently, gently, gently. Alright, here's the toughest one. Oh, we're in. Alright. Whew. Man, I don't know why that's so stressful. Wasn't any less stressful the second time. Clean up the extra goop. Alright, I'm gonna clean up and I'll drop the lifters back in. Alright, now that we're cleaned up, I'm gonna pull the motor back over and we will drop in these lifters. I know they don't even have a wear pattern on them yet, but I kept them in order and side to side. Just about messed it up. And as you can hopefully see, I wiped off all the lifters so they didn't have a trace of that other compound left on them. All right, we're done. And just for the sake of it, I gotta see this. Extremely gentle. You know what? I'll let you guys watch. Let me put that down before I break something. All right. Check this out. Lee. Whew. Look at that. Oh, dude. That is gonna look so stinking cool. Oh, I wanna put the other one on and put the intake on it. Man, that looks awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Nearly a motor. Uh-oh. You stole the... You stole the dowel pin. Will you let me have it back? Nope, that's fine. We're getting there, though. I'm excited. We're getting there. Nearly there. I don't know about nearly. We're pretty close. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, I was going to put the front cover on this and button all that up while we were waiting on the, what was it? All the information on the heads and new valve seals. But, excuse me, I realized I do not have my cam plate bolts. I think I had realized that yesterday too and forgot again until now. So, we can't do that. So we can't put the front timing kit on it until we have that. And I've got to order bolts and valve seals. I'm gonna have to do one large order on all of it. Get a bunch of this miscellaneous stuff. I did, however, find out the torque specs for the head, the rocker stud bolts that go for the heads. I called Stan at Speedmaster and he said 40 foot-pounds is what you want, no more than that. So that's good news. At least we have that number now. So, I'm not exactly sure what else to do. Can't do anything with the heads till we get valve seals. I suppose we could torque those down, but that'll take, 2 minutes to do that. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is just end out this video, keep it kind of short this week, and we'll just keep this video focused on the motor. And we will wait for the rest of the parts for everything else. I think that's what we're going to have to do. That's going to do it. I hope you all have a great Saturday, or whatever day it is that you're watching this. Have a good rest of your weekend. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to be having lots of fun. I'm excited to be fully back on engine stuff, and I'm going to try to stay that way as much as possible. We'll have to do the leaf springs at some point in the truck, but horsepower, that's the main focus right now. I'll catch you all next weekend. I'm out.